Welcome back, everyone, to Martinsville Speedway. We always try to touch on the other 31. It's not just about the top 12 drivers as we head towards the end of the season. And one of those other 31 just so happens to be a young driver from Cato, New York. His name is Regan Smith, and lately you guys have been on a roll in that number 78 team. You guys aren't located on the East Coast. You got a single-car team, and you guys are beating the odds.
We're trying, man. We're, we've been working hard, and it's been something that we've been working on since the start of the year, and we're just starting to get the rewards that we want to right now. And I couldn't be prouder of everybody at Furniture Row Racing, right down to the guys on the road with me, the guys in the shop. We got a great owner, Barney Visser, who's very committed to the program and committed to this sport, and I think he's proven that over the past 5 or 6 years. And we're having fun right now.
Yeah, we just as Johnny said, we're the other 31, okay, and you're in that group. And for the record, I'm going to say you've already got one win under your belt. NASCAR just took it away from you. But when you guys run and you show up, and we're talking about being on a roll the last couple of weeks, what is a good solid day for this team? When you come to the racetrack, what do you consider a solid day for the 78 team?
Well, I think for us that's changed throughout the course of the year. When we first started this year, we were thinking, okay, 20th to 25th, we want to do that every week. Well, then we bumped it up to we want to be 20th every week. Now we're to the point where if we're out of the top 15, it's been a disappointing day, and that's what we expect out of ourselves, and we want to continue to work and build that until you get to where you're consistently a top 10, top 5 team, and that's when the other good stuff happens at that point.
Regan, when you drove for DEI, me and Kyle Petty agreed that you won the race.
Yes.
At Talladega. Now, Talladega is next week. You've got to have a lot of confidence going back at the site of your last victory.
It's the only.
See, look, there you won.
Yes. The crazy part is it's the only victory that I've ever had in my career that I didn't get a trophy. But
yeah.
So that worked out.
Hey, make yourself a trophy.
Yeah, I got a little aluminum foil one sitting at the house there. So, that was a really good day for us, and it was something I was really proud of with DEI. It had been a rough year for us that year, and it seemed like that made it better, and then for about a half a lap it made it better, and then it was it wasn't good again. But I look forward to going there. I like the plate racing. I really enjoy it, and we've got a great program at Furniture Row Racing with the plate stuff too, and it gives you that added level of confidence going in there to start those races off.
Now, Regan, when any race team goes against the grain, being a single-car operation and being centered in the middle of the country instead of on the East Coast or in Charlotte, people always wonder, the first question is, why? And why don't you do what everybody else is doing? So you guys have to stick to your guns to be going against the grain.
Yeah, we do, and I think the biggest thing is maybe 10 years ago it would have been a big deal to be located in Denver and to be far away from the hub of the sport. And now the main thing for us is just logistically we have to plan ahead a little bit more. The trailer maybe has to leave 6-10 hours ahead of time, or maybe the guys have to fly out at a different time, stuff like that. And we know all the little nuances to make that happen and to make it work and to get the engines and the chassis back and forth across the country. And I think we've made it work well, and we want to continue to make it work well.
Well, let's go down to Wendy Venturini now and check in with some of the other principals in that organization. Wendy?
Thank you, Johnny. Yes, I'm with Joe Garone and Pete Rondu. Let's start with Joe first, because, Joe, you guys are stationed in Colorado. That's a lot of logistical changes and almost could be a logistical nightmare. Why keep that strategy in place, and why make that move from west to east every week?
Well, to start with, there's actually some benefits that you don't think of, and one of them is in the world where we're at, where we live, it's a beautiful place to live, but it's also secluded. So everything that we do at our shop and all the focus of our employees is purely 100% on what we're trying to accomplish as a team without any distractions from the outside.
I can imagine. It's good to get away. All right, crew chief, talk about strategies, because in a couple last races, Pete, between Kansas, California, you've made some pit calls that have been beneficial for the team. What kind of strategy do you try to employ each weekend?
Well, it's actually last couple weeks I probably got lucky more than anything, but it's just it's one of them deals where we try to stay on the as close to the lead lap as we can, and then work Regan into getting him a good solid finish at the end. And it's a race long task to do that. But as we're progressing here, it seems to be that it's getting a little bit easier for us.
All right, now Regan's on the set. Pretend he can't hear you. What are the strengths Regan brings to the 78 car?
He's just a good all-around good guy. His communication is getting much better than it was at the beginning of the year, with his feedback at what the car's doing. I mean, we all have our moments when we lose a little bit of that, but he's able to regain his composure pretty quick right now.
All right, well, that sounds good. It seems like it's paying off for Regan Smith. Johnny, Pete, and Joe, who are kind of the headstones behind this organization, and despite having to travel out west to east most of these Cup weekends, it seems like it's been successful for them.
Wendy, thanks, and those guys definitely need to keep up the good work there. Certainly get it done. Regan, if you look at the last 4 races of the season now, what's your goal? What would you like to see, and what's realistic for this team going into next year?
Well, I think for us, we definitely want to come out of here with some more top 15 finishes and break into that top 10 area. I think that's realistic, and quite honestly, I'll be disappointed if we don't do that here in the last 4 or 5 races, whatever it is now. And
yeah, there are 5. I didn't want to take away. Yeah, there are 5.
Going into next year, though, we want to continue to progress and get to where the car's in the top 20 in points. We can look at where we are in points right now and see some races early on in the year that were big disappointments, and even some more recently to where maybe something stupid happens. Maybe I make a mistake on the track, or maybe we have a part break or something like that. And I think that's a realistic goal for us, is to end the year next year in the top 20 in points and to definitely compete for top 10s and hopefully wins at some point.
Regan, congratulations, man.
Yes.
Good luck today, and we'll see you in Talladega.
Thank you, guys.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Side of a good race for you.
Yeah.
Exactly.